Hello, everyone. Thank you for attending this professional development meeting. Through this meeting, we're going to understand how we can use technology within the classroom. One of the examples that I will be presenting to you today will be the use of Pear Deck within the classroom. So, through this lesson, the main objectives that the learners will learn is to distinguish between the differences in terms of relationships within an ecosystem. Also, we're going to understand and explain for the students the importance of the symbiotic relationships in population control. So, through this, we're going to see how um, the ecosystems interactions shape the way the organisms, specifically the population, is controlled. Through this lesson, the students will be able to understand what is a habitat, what is predation, competition, commensalism, mutualism, parasitism within the interactions in the ecosystem. And they're going to look at some examples. For example, here's parasitism, then even more examples about parasitism, and then mutualism, commensalism, predation, and then they're going to understand the predator prey relationship and understand why certain prey are the most common ones that are attacked by predators, and then competition within a species, and then between different species, so that they could see the differences between those. And then through a formative assessment at the end, I would provide them with different videos, and these videos will be seen by the students, and then they can work with the person next to them, and they would either say it's a positive, negative, 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 positive, positive, neutral, 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 positive, and then they would type in on the right side whether it's a mutualism, commensalism, parasitism, and competition or predation. So these different videos will be analyzed by the students, and then they themselves will kind of test to see whether they understand the different relationships within the ecosystem. But all this is done through Pear Deck. So let me show you specifically how Pear Deck is used. So as a teacher, you can control the presentation. So on the left side, you'll see the teacher slide, and on the right side of the screen, you can see the student slide. So here, the teacher would control the presentation. So whenever they believe it's ready to, we have to move on, they could change the slide, and then it changes for the student. So it gives the teacher the control of the presentation, but it also allows the student to either draw in the presentation, to type in the presentation as well if they need to type anything. So all this is done um, pretty much simultaneously so that everybody has control, meaning the student has control of the slides, but the teacher has control of them when they have to move on from the slides or not. So all this is interactive for the student and the teacher. So the teacher controls the presentation, but they can also give access to the student by making turn on student paste, and that allows the students to actually, even if the teacher moves through the slides, the student actually controls which slide they're going to go to. So it could either be controlled by the teacher or by the sorry, it could either be controlled by the teacher or by the student. Again, and then teachers can control it right back simultaneously. And then on this slide, on the left side of the screen, we can also see what the student has already typed in. So you can actually analyze if you have a class of 15, of 20, 30, actually the students' responses live. And they wouldn't be able to see this if you don't want to. You could have a separate screen on your computer and you could analyze how the students are answering the questions. So for your formative assessment from earlier on, you can actually, um, if you wanted to, if we go back to the slide, you can actually analyze how the students are doing in their formative assessment live. And if, for example, you notice that the students are not doing good, you can go back and maybe refresh the topic, restate a couple of things that you thought maybe the students are struggling with. So that allows you to have quick feedback, even within the formative assessment. So again, the left side is teacher driven, and the right side would be the student. And you could put the link in Google Classroom for your students to just have access to it right away, and they could log in as you're trying to teach the lesson. So this all is provided again through Pear Deck. Pear Deck is a quick interactive application that teachers can use to help the students within the classroom. So everything is done within a time period. You could give them time to answer the question, or you could do it with them too by you yourself becoming a student. As a teacher, you can just click on the link yourself and show them on your screen what they're seeing. And if you ever want to give them a response or just double check what they're writing, you can, of course, go back and do that pretty easily. So, all that is provided by the application. But why is it that we need, or why is it that Pear Deck would be a great help to the school? If you think about the career path that many students can take nowadays, they need to have some type of technological skill so that they can apply it in their future career. And through Pear Deck, students are able to learn quick interactive lessons. They could also apply the concepts that they've been taught by the teacher. And also within Orange Vista, we want to provide students specific skills that can be used within the community, within the career path. So by giving them access to technological applications in a classroom setting, it gives them the ability to even apply it in a critical thinking way, depending on the lesson the teacher wants to use. Of course, on this lesson, it was just a quick ecological relationship, symbiotic topic, but you could apply it within math, you can apply it within English, you can apply it within science, within history. So it gives the teacher many different lessons, ideas that they can apply in the classroom. Also, based on different articles, for example, within the Common Core standards, it is encouraged to have project-based learning. And I think through Pear Deck, teachers can use this application to also create project-based learning assignments where students can work together in groups or in pairs, and they could apply different experiments, for example, in a science class, that they can use the application to help themselves, and also teachers can overlook to see that if the lesson is being applied properly. Also, it gives them also within another article that shows evidence that Pear Deck can be used as a formative assessment application for you to check as teachers how the students are understanding and also applying the information within a technological platform. So I think that Pear Deck does a great job of both helping in group settings to have project-based learning, and it also helps teachers visualize a formative assessment type of application so that the students can apply what they're learning, but also teachers can overlook to see whether they're learning. And if not, we could have different strategies in the PLC meetings to help develop better strategies to help students learn the materials in future applications. So I think Pear Deck does a really good job of being able to give teachers different ways of using the platform for the betterment of the student. So through this presentation, I hope that Pear Deck can be used within the classroom setting to help, once again, teachers know where the students stand and also help students apply the concepts in different ways. Pear Deck does a good job of giving quick feedback to teachers but it also gives students the chance to show their skills in a different format other than just writing or just typing away an essay. But it also gives them the ability to draw, to interact with the lesson, to drag and drop, to um, be able to interact with students, and then apply it in a project-based learning process. So hopefully this was helpful for our educators, and I hope that Paradic can be used within the classroom and allow students to learn and also apply their skills, and also to help them in their well-being.